Are you ready to discover your greatness within? You're very welcome to I Am Unstoppable. And believe it or believe it or not, we all have greatness within us. We all have something that we're here to do. And what's quite sad is that a lot of people will go through life and they'll never discover what that greatness was all about. They'll just get on with the daily life and walk through life, and they'll never take the time to really discover what is their greatness. What is their greatness? What is their purpose? And if you are extremely happy and fulfilled with life at the moment, then I say, do you know what? Amazing, well done, because it's a beautiful, beautiful place to be. It takes time, it takes a lot of work and commitment. But ask yourself first, ask yourself, are you happy with your life the way it is at the moment? And only you can answer that if you are happy or if you're not happy. And if it's a case whereby there's something else going on there that you're trying to really discover, then it's time to start discovering it. And when I started that journey a number of years ago, I think one of the hurdles that I had to overcome, which I'm going to speak about in a moment, was patience, because I knew there was something else within me, but I didn't have a clue what it was. But the not knowing drove me absolutely crazy. So that's one of the tips that I'll be sharing with you in the moment. But there's one thing that if you do want to discover your greatness within you, you have to be one thing. And when I say discover your greatness, it's really following your purpose and you're following your dreams in life. Now, for some people, their dreams might be all about a nice house, a car, all of that type of stuff. I am not speaking about that whatsoever. Um, for me, following your dream and pursuing your dream, yes, it's definitely having financial freedom is great, but it's more around what you're doing to serve other people. And I think the biggest goal you can ever reach in life is having that feeling of fulfillment and being in a happier place within yourself. But I would even use the word fulfilled over happiness, because when you have that fulfillment, happiness is part of that. Yes, you have days where you don't always be jumping around with happiness, but happiness is definitely part of that. But you've got to be one thing. You've got to be hungry. Because if you're not hungry, then you really aren't going to make any progress into changing anything in your life. So let's look, how do you start? Where do you start to achieve? Let's call it personal greatness, because it is personal to you and it's your greatness. And I had a one-to-one client today, and a beautiful lady, and she thanked me for the progress she is making, and we see big changes. And I said, you really have to take that yourself, because I'm not giving you anything. I'm just drawing out what's already within you, because that greatness is already within you. And it's really, really important to remember that, because sometimes we do a lot of searching externally for this feeling of fulfillment, this feeling of happiness, but we don't have to go anywhere externally. It's all within ourselves. It's all internal, intrinsic within ourselves. So number one, you've got to be passionate about what it is, because if you're not passionate, it's not going to happen. So you have to have passion about what is this greatness within you. What is it that you want to do? What was that ultimate dream that you always wanted to do? And if you have that passion about it, then that's when you hear quotes and you see quotes that if you love what you do, you never work another day in your life. And that's a pure example that when you're following your passion, you're not working, you're just living life on purpose. That's exactly what you're doing. And you've got to be committed. You have to have that commitment. So, for example, it might mean more work at the start to get your dream or whatever that is to you up and running. It might take a little bit more work and commitment at the start, but then it all starts to fall into place eventually. But you have to be willing to give it that commitment, because if you're not willing to commit, then nothing's going to change. If you're going to stay in the same routine that you're in now and you're really wishing for something different in your life, then it's really common sense that nothing is going to change until you change the commitment that you're going to give to make things happen. And that's really, really important. As mentioned before, and this is a really, really hard one, because I may hit a chord for you tonight where you think, you know what, I'm not happy and there is something else, but I haven't got a bloody clue what it is. And that's how I felt for so long. And if you're in that place, what I want to share with you is that you really have to have so much patience when you're going through a transition. And you really have to start to enjoy the journey every day, because what you want to happen is that you want somebody just to come to you with a magic wand and say, this is your purpose. When you start doing this and get really good at it, you're going to be the most fulfilled you've ever been in your life. And you're like, please, somebody tell me exactly what it is. But it doesn't work like that. You need patience. You need to open doors of opportunity, which will open other doors of opportunity. And what will happen then is that you may find yourself in situations like, what am I doing here? What is this all about? But it then will bring another opportunity and another opportunity. And eventually you'll discover exactly what it is and what you are here to do. You need to really persevere. You really have to, because there will be challenges. There will be challenges along the way. There will be people along the way that will try and maybe push you back or put you off, or maybe genuinely just think, what on earth are you doing that for, and trying to help you where in fact they're not helping you. You have to really be able to build a perseverance where you can really push past that, because it will happen as part of the journey. And it's that them parts of the journey, them challenges, that will actually make you so much stronger. You've got to be open. You've got to be open to learning. You've got to be open to new ways of learning. You've got to be open to new ways of doing things. You've just got to be very open-minded and really drop that resistance to change. And I always say, if you're in a workplace at the moment and a change is coming in, which is coming from the top down, maybe they feel it's going to be better, but it's going to take a bit of work, a bit of time, then what happens on the floor is that you'll get a lot of resistance, because not purposely resistant, but a lot of resistance because they feel it's going to take maybe longer or harder, or it's not going to be as good, or whatever the objection is. That's what really happens there. But you really have to be open to new ways of working, new ways of learning. That really helps. You have to be agile, and agile in meaning that you have to be able to adapt to different situations, and that will really bring you on leaps as well. You need to start to build a resilience, and your resilience is something that you will start to build. And once you get knocked down, it's about that you'll get up faster then as well. And with resilience, once you start to really build a good resilience and be more resilient within yourself, then how do you do that? You go through a process of self-acceptance. You're going to accept exactly who you are, and you go through that process, and that then will also in turn help you to be more resilient, and you'll be able to get up faster when the going gets tough. You do have to be relentless. If you really want something in life, I'm saying relentless in a very optimistic, nice way, but you really have to set your eyes on that goal, and you have to go for it if that's what you want. And there's no doubt that if you are going to follow them tips, that good things will come to you in your life, because you're sending out all of that, and what you're sending out, it comes straight back at you. So doors will open, opportunities will come along, more opportunities. And if you're going to continue living life like you are, and you're not willing to really pursue your purpose, your dream, and you're just going to continue as you are and not maybe adopt any of them tips that I've mentioned, then it'll be wrong for me to say, it'll be unlikely that you're going to experience a life where it's full of fulfillment, where you're feeling very fulfilled, where you have lots of pride and inspiration and joy that comes from you and your journey. This is not about anybody else. It's not about getting happiness or fulfillment from anybody else externally, but it's the way that you will get it intrinsically, internally. This is your journey, and this is your journey to your greatness. And without following methods like that, then it's unlikely that things will change for you. So ask yourself that question that I asked at the start. Are you happy with your life? If you are, I would say congratulations, because it takes time, it takes effort, it takes work to come to a place where you're really, really happy and fulfilled in life. If you're not, then I would suggest re-watching this video and start taking small steps to make them changes and make it happen for you, because no one's coming to you to change what you're not happy with. If you want more videos like this, you can join us in our community. I am Unstoppable across on Facebook. You can send me a PM or a DM. I'll get you added in there. And, be the greatest version that you can be. And no matter what, you might be watching and you think, I have no greatness. I don't know what that is. We all have it. But have you got the patience and the grit to discover what yours is? Have a lovely evening, and I'll speak to you all very soon.